Hello. Welcome, everybody. It's time to strap on your proton packs and start busting some ghosts. How is everybody doing? Hopefully, everybody's doing good today. I'm a little sweltering here. Oh, actually, you can't really see me. Hang on. I forgot to turn one of my lights on. There we go. I'm sweltering in the heat. It doesn't help that I've got all these lights on me. So, added with the 99 degrees, the swamp humidity, and these lights, I'm going to be a little toasty tonight, guys. But it's all good. I'm here with you guys. We got a nice little episode for you tonight. Let me allow that real quick. Hey, Tommy, you fucker. Okay. So anyway, I don't have like a major show for you guys tonight because of the heat has been making me do a lot of other things that are needed and sluggish and all that. I do have a few things for you. As you see, we have some investigation tips. We're also going to do like Boa requested and go over some more. Let you guys see some supposed haunted ghost caught on camera and let y'all decide if it is or isn't and tell me if it is or isn't, and we'll kind of debunk those videos. So we're going to start doing a lot more of debunking video footage type stuff from now on, since a lot of y'all seem to like it. One moment real quick though, guys. Some of you know that I've been waiting on the UPS package. The UPS package just got delivered. Let me run downstairs real quick and grab that, and I'll be right back, so bear with me. Okay, I am back, everybody. 99% are bogus. Yeah, pretty much 99% of them are bogus. Let's see. A little UPS rage is at an end. Right? Finally, I paid $15 extra for 2-day delivery, and today is the 5th day, and it's finally here. And y'all get to watch me open it right here on camera. It's a little something I've been waiting for. And it's a good thing it came right now, because tonight I have to, at the end of the stream, I'm going to be uninstalling Voicemeeter Potato and doing a lot of major changes to my stream. So trying to, let's see. It better not be dildos, Surf. No, not dildos. Definitely not a dildo at all. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Right there. Look at that. Look at that right there. Oh, nicey nice. Let's see. You could be at a beyond point that causes extra days for delivery. What it is the UPS company here in my town is it's a franchise. It's not a corporate UPS, so they don't work on Saturdays and Sundays. Even if you pay extra money or not, they don't give a shit about your deliveries because they won't work on Saturdays or Sundays. But yes, it is. It's Sexiful. It is the Elgato's new microphone, guys. So the Yeti's going to be coming down. This one's going to be going up. Sound is going to be completely different. There's going to be a lot less issues with me forgetting to turn the mic on or off, because I can control it all with my Stream Deck. I can press a button right here on my Stream Deck to turn it on and turn it off. I won't have to worry about a lot of the issues of Voicemeeter. Voicemeeter has an issue that when I'm playing my movies, low audio tends to shut off, and you can't hear nothing until the volume increases, and then it picks up the audio, make it sound like the movie's messed up or something. This is going to let me bypass Voicemeeter Potato and go into something better. That says, on lurk for now. Gotcha. Okay, let's get this going here, guys. Let's get this going. Bear with me here as I open this up for you. And then once I do the opening up, we're going to get into the ghost hunting, ghost busting tips, tricks, all that stuff. Right now, I'm a little kid on Christmas, so I have to open it up for y'all. I mean, most of you guys know what it's like when you get that first toy, and you got to have that man toy opened up. They really boxed the living daylights out of this, I'll tell you that. Let me figure out how they open. Okay, there we go. There we go. Cords there. Nice and heavy, I can tell you that. Monk 252, man or woman, that toy is it's a man toy, trust me. Gadgets are always a man's best friend. If I can figure out how to open it up. And welcome to the show, Monk, by the way. That says it's about 8 inches, right? If it's vibrating, mic. So there we go, guys. There it is. It's got a nice sturdy base to it. It's USB-C as well. So yeah, it's really decent. I gotta do some adjusting to it, but it was supposed to come with some adapters, which I'll test that out later. But for now, let's get going with the show. Let me put all the stuff aside. Okay. Now, nice mic, right? I cannot wait to get it hooked up for you guys and do things a little different. Things are slowly getting together. Bear with me as I drink. It's sweltering hot here. Monk 252 can tell you that it is super uber hot here. It's 99 degrees, and then with us living here in the swamps, we got that swamp humidity that makes it so muggy as freak right now. Okay. So anyway, I got some videos for you and stuff like that. But first, let's give you some tips right now. First of all, tips for catching ghosts on camera. You could either do it the correct way, or you could do it the improper way. The improper way would be to either put on a sheet and have someone take a picture of you, and then boom, you got yourself a ghost on camera. 105 heat index last weekend here in the Ozarks. Yeah, y'all are in a hot area just like us. I'm here in North Carolina, just in case you all want to know. I'm in the swamps of North Carolina. But anyway, ghost photos can pretty much. I love that show. Ghost photos can demand pretty much more than investigators. More from the investigator than family photos. Since ghost hunts are often done in low to no light, indoors or sometimes outdoors, and under less than perfect physical conditions. There are some techniques to consider when taking photos, no matter how challenging the setting. Now, a lot of these techniques come from my years of experience, as well as coming from me having been a photographer. I am a professional photographer / cinematographer, so a lot of these tips are general knowledge as well as expertise. Now, 1, do not smoke or vape when taking photos. The smoke or fog can pretty much interfere with the camera and the picture taking and cause it to appear to be a mist or a ghost form. So definitely no smoking, no vaping when you're doing an investigation. If you're the type that you have to have a cigarette every 5 minutes, ghost hunting is not for you. Unless you have the strength and the cojones to hold off until the end of an investigation and then smoke your cigarette, then you're good. Even the brown bomber. Yep, even the brown bomber. Now, when you're taking a photograph, make sure you take a deep breath and hold your breath as you're taking the picture. Reason why, usually, 1, by holding your breath, a la snipers, you have a more you can hold your hand a little bit more stable, so the picture isn't shaky. But if you're in an atmosphere where it's really cold, your warm breath is going to turn into a mist similar to a vape. and thus another fog or mist or form or whatever. So make sure you hold your breath so that way you can't interfere with the atmosphere and create a smoke from your throat, from your breath. When taking pictures in the cold air, hold your breath. Exactly, Tom. See, me and Tom are right there. We're right there. So yeah. Okay, before beginning a ghost hunt, okay, make sure you check the building for bats, insects, birds, open windows, animal droppings, and other indications that you might not be alone. Because if there's insects or bugs or animals there, more often than not, if you catch something, the night vision is going to cause that light up and make it look like something's in the way. If it's a bird or a bat, it's going to flutter around, and it's going to be so blurry it looks like a blurry ghost is fluttering around. So definitely make sure you check beforehand to make sure there's no insects, animals, or anything like that. Or murder hobos. Yeah, make sure there's no murder hobos there either, so that way they don't come off as the shadow people, or that they don't murder you. Next, this is really, really, really important, okay? This is a must, okay? And this is one of those general knowledge things that's racist. How is it racist? Am I missing something? Am I missing something? Oh, you have I thought I said something wrong. Monkey, you had me thinking I said something wrong. Wow. Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, general knowledge stuff here, guys. This is important. Check for make sure you check your camera straps, any jewelry, scarves, or other items that can move or drop into frame so that it's not misconstrued as being something that it's not. Because usually if it's a small item and it gets in the way of the camera lens, it'll be blurry because of depth of field, and it'll come off as being possibly paranormal when it's not nothing paranormal. So make sure there's nothing that could be construed close to the lens, like your jewelry, necklaces, scarves, long hair. Make sure women pull their hair into a ponytail. You do not want, and guys too, make sure if you've got long hair, put them in ponytails, because you don't want your hair getting in the way of an investigation. You will not know how many times I've had my hair in the past get in the way of an investigation, and for me, I know that my hair gets in the way, and I'm all like, I'll pretty much be taking my picture, and my hair will get in the way, and be like, ah, fuck, and I have to pull my hair into a ponytail because I forgot to put my hair in a ponytail. Pull their hair, ponytails, got it. Yep, pull their hair in ponytails, exactly. Hey, you never know. The girl may like that, and you may end up, instead of getting ghosts, you may get a girl. So there's always that. You never know. You may find a ghost who wants to have their hair pulled. May get yourself a kinky ghost. Now, this one is tech-wise on your camera. The ISO indicates your film's sensor or sensitivity to light. Kinky ghost for the win, right? Who does not like a kinky ghost? But your ISO indicates your light sensitivity. So, knowing this, ISOs of 800 or plus should be used for dark rooms and night filming. Do not use 400 or 100. You want 800 or more. So 800, 1000, make sure your ISO is 800 or greater when you're doing night photography or dark rooms. BRB, I'm a lurk while I go to the store. No problem, do what you gotta do, Brain Koozie. Now, going with the camera settings, let me get the, where's it at? There we go. So going with the camera settings, you make sure you use a lower aperture, or a lower f-stop. Pretty much on the camera, if you use a lower f-stop or a lower aperture setting, when you're filming in the dark, this will allow more light into the iris while you're taking it, and allow you to get a brighter picture, and it helps avoid any possible blurring of the picture. 200. Thank you for the bits. Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrinking skull will shock your soul and seal your doom with mine. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, allowing for a lower aperture setting. The slower shutter allows more light in that will make a brighter picture, but it captures the exposure longer and makes for a less blurry image. That this way, if something's moving super fast, you'll know it won't come off as super fast because you'll be able to see a little bit more definition in the object that's floating by. So that this way you can be guaranteed that it's not like a fast-moving bug or a fast-moving bird or bat or something like that. Now, the last of the tips, and then we're going to move on to some video debunking, guys. With the camera settings, just remember that camera settings vary by the camera, photographer, and conditions. So every photographer is not going to get the same picture, every camera is not going to get the same picture, and every condition is going to be different with this. But when it comes to ghost hunting, there are a few basic settings, basic things to take into account. A slower shutter speed, as we said, will allow for more light, but you will need to hold the camera steady so you can get the blurs out. Some ghost hunters avoid using slow shutter speeds since the higher speeds yield a darker, less grainy result. This the tutorial on cameras will give you a basic adjustment of your camera. So feel your camera out. Play with your camera before you use it. Get a feel for, what takes the better picture for your camera. Once you know your camera and its settings, then you'll know what the better setting is for that particular camera and yourself. Because the setting that I may use on, say like I'm using my phone as a camera, the setting I use on this phone when I take a picture will come out one way, but Hell Monkey, when he uses that same camera at those same settings, the picture may come out completely different. So make sure you adjust the camera per the person and not the person per the camera, if that makes any sense to you. Always make sure you get to know your camera, set the settings to what you know better. Once you know your camera, you know the settings. So that's a big definite. Right now, let's go ahead and get into some of the top 5 scariest ghosts caught on camera. And I will be talking. I just got to move the thing in the cursor right here. Here we go.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. Prank gone wrong. Jose Chavarria decides to set up a prank to basically scare the crap out of his young son. He prepares a terrifying setup in the family bathroom. Then he hits the record button on a hidden camera and simply waits for his son to enter. Now, obviously the prank was a stunning success, but Jose caught something much creepier in his video than what he had planned. Did you see it? When Jose Chavarria reviews his video, he is shocked. After he turned on his camera and left the room, the unexplained shadow of something can be seen walking through the bathroom. So did Jose catch a shadow ghost on camera? Was there something truly frightening in that room? Or is it just a trick of the light? You decide.
Okay, so Onyx caught it right at the very beginning without it being pointed out. Yes, there was a shadow there. Now, if there's a window in there, it could be someone outside. Thank you, Hell Monkey. Hell Monkey caught the second part. So Onyx was the one who caught the shadow. So mad props to you, Onyx. If I had some money to give away or a special prize, I would give you a special prize, as I would Hell Monkey as well. Because, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to me on there. The Viking of Stream Holla. Thank you. Dropping that 5 months in there. Damn, look at that shit. All right. Wow. Okay. Now, that kind of took me for a loop there. Oh yeah, let me go back to the, I'm sitting here losing my brain. Thank you for that, Tier. So, let me point this out to you.
Chavarria reviews his video. He is shocked. After he turned on his camera and left the room, the unexplained...
Okay, right there. Now, the arrow that's there is pointing out where the shadow is going to come from. However, if you look where the doorknob is, there is a light coming there. That light, it means that that there is light coming from a window, and yeah, you can clearly see yep, exactly, a window, exactly. So somebody outside is walking outside, and the shadow is reflecting through the window into the door. So yeah, nice catch. So let's go ahead and get ready and move on here, guys.
Shadow of
but nice catch,
something
Onyx. Nice catch,
can be
Onyx.
Seen walking through the bathroom.
You did catch that shadow.
So did Jose catch a shadow ghost on camera? Was there something truly frightening in that room? Or is it just a trick of the light?
But that boy is scarred
You
for life from
decide.
seeing the grudge face in that door, I'll say that much. Bam! That boy's never gonna go on that bathroom again.
By a sad song. In this next video, popular Chinese live streamer Xiao Long travels to an abandoned and allegedly haunted middle school in Foshun, China. It is said that the 4th floor of the school is haunted by the ghost of a girl named Bai Shuiting, who took her own life in the school restroom. Locals say that the girl loves singing and playing the pedal organ. They also say that late at night you can often hear the unexplained sound of singing or organ music coming from the empty school building. This is not Xiao Long's first time investigating the school. In fact, on a previous exploration, he caught something terrifying near the 4th floor restroom. The creepy video was so popular with his fans that they demanded that he return for another investigation. Little did Xiao Long know that this...
Now, before we get to this next part of the second one, the kid investigates for a thrill, but has 100% never caught anything on video. If you heard that that in his shoes, you'd run so fast. Yep. What did her mother ever do? Cellcat, should I come back later? No, Cellcat, stay here. Welcome back. Or welcome. Give me just a moment to find my cursor. What was that? What was that? Did y'all feel that? What was that? Basically, as you see with me wearing the Zach Bagans glasses, everybody, pretty much, it says, should I come back later? Depends on if it was myself. So pretty much what's going on with this video and all of this guy's videos is pretty much the poor man's Ghost Adventurers. He's using Ghost Adventurer tactics to make something there. Something just went past my leg, right? Oh my God, what was that? Did you see that? Did you feel that? Something just touched his leg. Now, here's what's happening, and I'll go ahead and break it down to you. He's doing the typical, where's my phone? He's holding the phone. He's making it, and the intense breathing, bro. I heard a dead kid singing. I'm leaving a pooch behind me. So pretty much he's giving the heavy breathing to create a sense of, oh fuck, okay? By him sounding like he's scared, other people are like, oh my God, what's gonna happen, you know? Yeah, he was breathing so hard into the phone. Yeah, he's creating a certain sense of fear in himself to make you think that he's afraid so that you would be afraid for him. He's pushing that fear into you. It's a movie tactic done the same as at Ghost Adventurers. Also, the doorway, you never see what's in there. You only hear music coming and you see a little bit of light down at the bottom. He probably had a female friend in there singing, and since you're never going to see what's in there, you don't have to see that it's a friend of his in there singing, making the music in an echoey, empty building. So, yeah, he was breathing. Okay, I'm not afraid for him. I'm like, why you running? Exactly. He's running because, again, it's that sense of, oh, fuck. If I'm running, then people think there's something there, and they'll believe what I'm faking. So he's adding to the trying to make it more believable by him being scared. For real, I was at an abandoned school when I was a freshman, and there was a piano inside. Then we saw an old lady come to the upper window, and that could be. There's a lot of different things. The main thing is when you're doing Blair Witch Project Doll, exactly, Blair Witch tactics, making you think something's there, using a little bit of Alfred Hitchcock theory is a big thing, making your mind see or think things are there that aren't. So it's implied. It's a mental cinematography trick that he's doing with you guys and trying to get you to believe him. Hell Monkey could have been unnameable. Okay, so we're getting ready to go back and we're gonna watch the next video of the same guy that he went back to film. Supply Jeff, what is up? Welcome to the stream. We're getting ready. We're watching and debunking clips. So here we go with the continuation of the same guy.
This visit would turn out to be even more horrific than his last. As he is exploring the upper floors of the school, he starts to hear strange noises, as if there is movement all around him. He becomes increasingly tense, and then he hears something that chills him to the core. An organ plays from somewhere on the upper floors of the school. He makes a run down the stairs into the exit, and something seems happy to see him leave. Eventually, Xiaolong gathers his courage and heads back inside and up the stairs for another look around. He goes all the way up to the 4th floor. which is said to be the most haunted area of the abandoned school. In an empty room, he finds the mysterious organ that he heard earlier. He sets up a second camera to record the organ as he explores. What he captures is shocking.
Okay, let's go back and do some talking right here. Now, how many of you are, like me, ever been in a high school band or know your musical instruments really, really, really well? Cut time, yeah, cut to the friend playing tricks. Exactly. So the back was cut off. More than just the back. Okay, it wasn't really the back was cut off. If you notice the top where it's at an angle and opened up, those specific organs work on a air pressure vacuum system. That's the reason for the pedals moving. The pedals pull little I want to say like kind of like not really kind of like balloons. There was two voices. You literally heard another person. Yes, cut for time. Exactly. Yep, exactly. There's another person there. And then the foot pedals, they pull little inner tubes, balloons. I don't know what to call them, but little we have an organ like that. Yeah, see, there you go. So you know what I'm talking about. They have little balloons in them. They're not actual balloons, but kind of like a what are those hand organs where you have your hand on them and you accordion style. You know how the accordions have a vacuum and it creates the music by creating the air. Those organs are the same way. You move the pedals to create this the air that pumps them. Now, when you create enough air to move them with just the feet and stuff, the keys move by themselves. Thus, with there we go, bellows. That's the word, bellows. That's what I was looking for. Now, with the back being off like Hell Monkey caught, all you need is somebody in the back pulling strings to make those bellows move. And as long as you move those bellows, those pedals will move and the keys will move. So all you need is somebody to pull some kind of string to make the bellows compress and decompress. Well, see, that's the thing, Cellcat. This guy right here, exactly. Don't believe anyone that's this scared would ever go ghost hunting. Exactly. If you're going to go ghost hunting, you're not going to be that scared. And if you are that scared, I'll guarantee you from all the years of experience that I've had, and I know Hell Monkey and Tom, with them doing ghost hunting just like me, they will agree when I say this. Anybody that's that scared and they want to act big and bad, he's a fake-ass social media actor for currency. Nail on the head, Demon, nail on the head. With anybody that's really that scared, and then they want to act all big and bad, the moment they get to those steps to even go in the house, their adrenaline, their fear is going to have them so fucked, they will not be able to move. They will be paralyzed in fear, unable to move, unable to walk into the house to begin with. Okay, they will be paralyzed with fear. I've seen it too many times. People like him, if they were that scared, they would not be able to move to get into the building to begin with. They go home immediately. Exactly. Either that or they stay there. I'm not going. They won't be able to do anything but not go. They'll be stuck right where they're at. Maybe wet their pants. If they had something to drink, yeah, they'll probably either wet their pants or shit their pants. One of the two. So let's get back to the movie, guys. See where this goes.
出来！啊！火！ 操你妈的！我操你妈的！
Now, keep in mind that in Chinese culture, cursing and acting angry is believed to ward off evil spirits. So Xiaolong decides to threaten the ghost. It did not go well.
你跟我擦一擦不？操你妈的！ 操你妈的！这啥玩意儿呢？嗯？打不开。 哎呦我操！哎呦我操！我操！操你妈！我操你妈呀！我操妈！我操！我操！我操你妈！我操！我去了！
Xiaolong has only been outside the room for less than a minute, but somehow the organ room is now filled with the mysterious fog and what seems to be the dark figure of a girl. Xiaolong runs for his life. Tables and chairs are now blocking the stairs, and he has to jump over the railing to make his way out as they crash down all around him. So did Xiaolong catch a ghost in his live stream? Or was this just a very, very elaborate hoax? You decide. You can now watch highlights of
says, this kid's gonna star in the Fudge 2, right? The Fudge 2 shall shits himself. I like that. I like that. So, sorry, but that is a very, I wouldn't even say it's an elaborate hoax, because it's so debunkable, it's so laughable, it's not even Oscar worthy. I'm sorry, I've seen Paranormal Craptivity had better effects than that did. You know, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was all set the fuck up right out the gate. So he, you can see where someone, now I do later, guys, I do have a video that is stumping me, and I will play it later. So I decided to show one that I can't figure out. And when I can't figure it out, that says a little something. But yeah, that one's completely fake as hell. Nice stair stacking skills, right? Right? And hey, we do know Asians. And having a sister who is Asian, we know Asians are about their stacking skills. So, you know, that kind of says something. I rented a $20 fog machine in a 10x10 enclosed area, would fill up super quick. Yeah, it would only take a matter of seconds for it to fill up. Okay, let's go back to the other one.
Of Xiaolong's explorations on his all-new YouTube channel at Xiaolong Adventure. Before we move on to the next video, if you see anything that you think should be included in the top 5, contact us at nukestop5@gmail.com. Molly. Canadian mother of 4 Mary Proctor says that since moving into their house, they have experienced many random unexplained occurrences. Her children's electronic toys would seemingly activate for no reason, and faucets in the house would suddenly turn on all by themselves. Now, overall, these spooky incidents were rather minor. That is, until Mary bought an old 1980s doll for her daughter at a local thrift store. The doll, which her daughter named Molly, seems to be a magnet for the supernatural activity in their home. Now, things falling randomly off shelves is certainly explainable, but then things got really creepy.
Ow! My head!
Can we get you better? You okay, baby? Oh, do you want to drink this here?
As Mary's daughter is playing with her doll, it almost sounds like a small slap can be heard. Then the little girl screams that her hand hurts, and it seems like she says the word smacked, as if maybe she is saying that the doll smacked her hand.
Ow! My head!
Okay, guys, I had to stop it there and come here. Shit. Okay, before we get any further into this stupid video here, this is the worst stupidity of all the videos I've seen so far. 1. Water taps turning on by themselves. Believe it or not, I've heard so many people in paranormal investigations that I've done saying, "Oh no, I got ghosts because my water turns on by itself." First of all, people need to understand hot and cold temperatures. When something gets hot, it expands. When something gets cold, it contracts. Now, if there's heat in the area and the old plumbing, exactly. With old plumbing, it uses certain type of metal that when it gets hot, it contracts and decontracts, and it causes the when you twist the valve, there's a little stopper thing that moves that allows the water to go through. When the heat expands, it pushes that out of the way like you're turning it and allows water to go through until the water cools it off, and then it stops up again. So it's a matter of heat contracting and decontracting through temperature. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not a ghost. Happens all the time at the apartments I manage. Could be a bad cartridge. That too. I had a sink that is that if I didn't crank on it, it could crank on it good. It would turn on. Shit stopper seal. Right, exactly. There we go. So, and bad seal. So there's a lot of different things that could cause water turning on. Water turning on by itself would not be the cause of a paranormal activity. Now, however, if that top of that faucet blew off, you know, and water started spraying out the top, maybe still a natural occurrence that could be explained, but a little bit more paranormal than water turning on and off by itself. Our kitchen faucet turned on while kids were in there last week. See, there we go. Now we're gonna get onto the toys turning on and off by themselves. Okay, there are a lot of toys out there that have a feature built into them that if you leave them on without turning them off, they go off and they make noise and stuff to remind you, hey, I'm still turned on, turn me off or you're gonna waste your batteries. They turn on by themselves to let you know that they're being turned on. It's a safety feature to protect the batteries, to not cause the batteries to explode or to waste the batteries. So, sorry, toys turning on and off by themselves is no explanation. As for the doll falling, it was not pushed all the way back. There's that, or it could have been on a string, and I'll tell you why I think it was on a string. Nessology, hello and welcome. Hello. And I'll tell you why I think that with the thing. When you mentioned the bucket, if you watch the bucket, and I'm gonna rewind it, guys, watch the bucket. The bucket does not roll out. Okay, the bucket rolls this way. It is reversed. The film footage you're watching of the bucket is reversed. Watch it really good. Someone's behind there. and there it's pulled, and then it goes from normal sitting to being pulled on a string, and then they reverse it. Okay, so we're gonna go back and watch this real quick so you can see what I'm talking about, and then we're gonna talk about the crib smack. Then we'll talk about the crib smack. Okay, let me rewind this just a bit.
Rather minor. That is, until Mary bought an old 1980s doll for her daughter at a local thrift store. The doll, which her daughter named Molly, seems to be a magnet for the supernatural activity in their home.
Watch the bucket. See, the bucket was the bucket was played in reverse, guys. It's fake.
Now, things falling randomly off shelves is certainly explainable, but then
Watch
things
again.
got really creepy.
See how it landed and then went. Let me go back. Look at the curtain. So look at the curtain.
Until Mary bought an old 1980s doll for her daughter at a local thrift store. The doll, which her daughter named Molly, seems to be a magnet for the supernatural activity in their home.
Yeah, there's if you look behind the doll, around the doll, it's bunched up there to where it's blocking a person being there. There you go. Yep. And see the shadow behind the curtain. Exactly. So with that goes with what me and you said, Demon. It's both. It's being reversed, and there's a person there. The person is pulling the bucket on a string, and then they reverse it with the so it looks like it moves forward. Look at that angry crib, bad wooden crib, right? But yeah, I mean, like if you watch I'm gonna move it back just a little bit, but watch how the bucket moves out. Pay real close attention to it. And the doll.
Now, things falling randomly off shelves is certainly explainable.
See how the doll leaned forward from the head?
But then things got really creepy.
Now, that smack. Listen real good to the smack. Hang on.
Shelves is certainly explainable.
Listen to the
But
smack.
then things got really creepy.
Right there. That smack right there was not a smack. Hang on, let me come back to here. Right, now listen, it's not even too close to the mic. This is a smack, okay? And I'm gonna put it near my mic. That's a smack. Okay? What you heard was this, which is a different sound. Smack. What am I doing different? This is a different smack. She was kissing the doll. Watch it again. She kisses the doll, and then she's like, ow. No, the smack's not coming from behind the child. Watch. The kid kisses the doll. Watch it again. Let me switch back to it. The dust ball was spooky. That could cause a sneeze. Yep. The paranormal sneeze, guys. Let me get to the right point here. Now watch her.
Is
It's
certainly
a kiss.
explainable.
She kisses the
But
doll.
then things got really creepy.
Can we get you better? You okay, baby? Oh, do you want to drink this here?
As Mary's daughter is playing with her doll, it almost sounds like a small slap can be heard. Then the little girl screams that her hand hurts, and it seems like she says the word smacked, as if maybe she is saying that the doll smacked her hand.
Now I'm gonna pause it. See, that was a kiss.
Can we get you better?
Exactly, monkey. See? Same sound.
You okay, baby?
Now, like Monkey said, she kissed the doll, the same sound as the father kissing the daughter's hand. Well, this one was debunked the second I saw the shadow. Yep, exactly. Now, here's another thing that goes on. A lot of times the parents will be like, "Oh, our house is haunted. Oh, we got ghosts in our house. Oh my God, our house is haunted." And the little kids hear this. Okay, and so they're like, "Oh, we got ghosts, and the kids will pretend something to get attention. The kids kiss the doll and then pretended they'd be hurt so she can get attention from her father to get kisses on her hand.
Oh, you want to drink this here?
But what do you think? Could Molly actually be a haunted doll? Let me know in the comments. You can follow the full story of Molly the doll over on Mary's TikTok, Mary Proctor 3. The Sallie House. Most fans of the paranormal have probably heard of the infamously haunted Sallie House in Atchison, Kansas. It is said that in the early 1900s, a young girl named Sally passed away in the house in agony after her appendix burst. Since then, residents of the house have experienced terrifying paranormal activity inside the home. Many believe that the house is haunted by the vengeful spirit of little Sally.
The whole time we lived here, my daughter was 5 at the time. She had an imaginary friend named Sally. I'd scold Heather. I would scold her for something, and she would come back and tell me, "I didn't do that, Sally did it." Or Sally told me to do it.
When it touched me, that was not a draft. Something's going on in that house. It's strange activity. What it is, I don't know.
It was right here where the fire happened. And as you can see, there's no electrical outlet or anything. It just, I kind of had that feeling like, were we being watched all those years or...
But the haunting of the Sallie House seemed to intensify exponentially beginning in the year 1992, when Tony and Deborah Pickman moved into the home. The Pickmans began to notice that most of their photographs inside the house contained strange, unexplained smudges, blobs, and blurs, despite trying multiple rolls of film and 2 different cameras. The old pictures cannot be explained, even by a film trick photography expert.
Photographic evidence is something I always question because my job is to create illusions photographically. But these several pictures that I was shown are very difficult to explain.
Even more terrifying, Tony Pickman claims he is getting attacked by the house's ghost on a regular basis, leaving him covered in scratches and bruises. With nowhere else to turn, the Pickman family calls on the popular 90s paranormal TV show, Sightings, and asks them to investigate. As soon as the crew arrives at the house and begins their interviews, something truly shocking happens.
Is it going?
You don't like everybody here, did?
What? How did that happen?
You don't know.
Sally?
Go on and walk in there. Walk in there. And get a towel and clean it off his arm.
Now, in accordance with YouTube guidelines, I had to blur the wound, but I can say that Tony received 4 fairly deep bloody scratches across his arm. Even stranger, the Sightings TV crew members begin to feel bizarre cold spots and unexplained electric shocks.
Right here. I could feel it. We're interviewing. It's hot. We've turned the air conditioner off for sound purposes, but it is cold right here in this part of the room. And the air conditioner is off. It is so cold right here.
Oh, it's just electrical charge we're talking about.
Did you feel it?
Did you feel it?
Yeah, it's like a mild electrical shock.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, my God.
Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus.
electrical shock. Right here.
Next, the crew goes to privately interview Tony Pickman about the bizarre scratches on his arm. And this is when things get truly bizarre. At some point during the interview, Tony begins to say that he is experiencing an odd sensation around his stomach.
To be honest with you, I'm gonna add this right now. She's right here with me right now. I'm feeling something really cold shoot around my stomach. I've lost my breath, I'm sorry.
Now, keep in mind that the sightings crew has now been watching and recording Tony for 30 minutes, and his arms and hands have remained at his side the entire time.
She's just went right through my midsection.
Oh my God, look. Look. Oh, look, they're forming.
Can't come up with an explanation why she does this.
Look, it's forming right there.
She tends to do this to me because I upset her sometimes.
Go up. Top. Very slowly, yeah.
Look, one's starting to bleed.
There's a whole new...
You getting a new one?
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that.
Oh my God.
It actually
I knew
just,
she was around.
it's this nice dark one where it's bleeding. So look at that. Look at that.
Standing on down. There it is. Look at it.
Right in front of the cameras and multiple witnesses, something seems to have violently clawed at Tony's chest and stomach. The evidence captured by the Sightings TV show at the Sallie House is considered some of the most compelling paranormal evidence ever recorded. Off the deep end. So, on...
Okay, so let me come back real quick. Now, there's not enough evidence for me to make an actual claim of stuff. He's not the only one. It's hey, Monkey. Here's the way I look at it. One, ghosts cannot harm the living. They cannot. They are ethereal. They cannot touch or harm the living in such a way. If he's getting mauled like that and that's a legit, no one's touching him cuts, then it's not a ghost. It has to be a demon. That I know. I'm getting to that. It has to be a demon. Now, for that to what they're claiming is wrong. I'm not saying it's faked. I'm not saying it's real. I'm 50-50 on this one. I'm 50-50 on this one. If it's famous house, the only people who would move into it would be would want the notoriety, right? But so like I said, it's 50-50 for me. I can't make a decision one way or another, but I will say it's not a ghost, so it's not a haunting. If anything, it's a demon and it's a possession. And if that's the case, with it being a demon, it doesn't matter about the house. They can destroy the house all they want. The demon will travel wherever it wants to travel. It's not bound by the same ways a ghost is. A demon can freely go where it wants to go. It can attach to a person and go wherever it wants. Everyone that lived in that house has had similar stories. They don't rent it out anymore. To explain the hot and cold spots, the pictures distortions. Yeah. So see, that's what I was gonna say. The electronic interference can cause on old school film cameras electromagnetic frequencies. If there's an electromagnetic field giving off a certain type of effect, it can sometimes affect 35mm camera. So that is true. Digital cameras are different. EMF will not alter a digital camera in any way, but a film camera, electromagnetic field can disturb the camera because of the fact the film uses a photosensitive film that has magnetic metal properties to it. So it can be done. So right now I'm 50-50. I'm neither one side nor the other. I'm neutral right now on this one. I don't know. Okay? It's hard for me to say. This is the one that I told you I don't know. It's stumping me. I don't know whether it's real or whether it's fake, and I can't. For me to know, I would have to go there and do my own investigations and check certain things out with EMF gauges and milligauss meters and thermal image imaging. I would have to go there and investigate it myself to know one way or another if it's fake or real. That's the only way I would be able to say one or the other. As of right now, I'm 50-50. I can't say it's fake. I can't say it's real. Cheer, guys. Back to work. Take it easy, Supply Jeff. It's the only one around here I feel is legit. Would not surprise me. I wouldn't doubt there is a demon lurking, and there could be. It could be a combination of things. It could be the electromagnetic interference, like the high frequencies, like Demon is talking about, and it could be a demon causing those frequencies. So it could be one or the other, or both, or neither. I can't say. This is the one that stumps me, because I'm not there to have my own evidence, because they're not showing enough evidence for me to make a discernible decision one way or another. They're showing me some guy that's getting cuts. I can explain him getting those cuts. Okay, they're showing me the film. I can explain those films. There's not enough for me to make a decision one way or another. Why, after seeing him hyperventilate for 10 minutes as hard as he can with his shirt investigating, they need to debunk. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I would need to be there to investigate it. I would like to investigate it too. I got a couple of pics I took of the house myself. I can send you. Please send me those pictures. As for the photo distortion, this is from the 90s, those old ass Transformers. Yeah, Immortal God, welcome. How are you doing, Immortal God? Welcome. But yeah, definitely Demon. With the 90s photography and the film being a magnetic photosensitive media, it can be easily made that way with high frequency EMF. If you have bad wiring and it's giving off high electromagnetic fields, there is the chance that 35mm film can be altered and malfunction or messed with, or not messed with. It could be altered to where it has those appearances. I've heard some people suggest there are no spirits and all legit activity comes from demons only. What do you think of that? Sailcat, I disagree with it. On the premise that having taken as much okay, so to give you a background on me, I have had many years of training in demonology, in religious theory, occultism, and paranormal research. I do believe in, and we got some bits from Immortal God. Thank you for the bits. Cheeky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrinking skull will shock your soul and seal your doom with mine. Okay, as I was saying, with my training, the reason why I say what I say is because of the fact that you have what are called timestamps or residual energy. If you notice his wife's nails, where he scratched his arm, well, you could also see that he had a mark here on this arm here when he was holding the baby. That could have easily been, while they were all looking over there at the female, he could have, while he was holding the baby, he could have easily scratched himself because it's at a downward angle where it's in line with his own arm. Had the cuts been up this way, it would have been, it's harder to scratch yourself this way than this way. So, like I said, I'm 50-50. It's a lot of it looks fake, a lot of it looks real. So, but with what Sailcat was talking about, to stay with Sailcat, you have what are called residual energy, residual haunting. I'm gonna say I'm a judge there harshly. Hey, you're welcome. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, so I value your opinion, Demon, just like I value Monkey's. So if you think it's fake, so be it. I'm not gonna say you're wrong. But I do believe there are ghosts, and I do believe there are demons. There is a difference between the two. A lot of times demons will pretend to be ghosts to kind of pull you in and trick you. I'll say that much. So you have to really know the situation to be able to know the difference. Residual hauntings, a lot of times, are your body gives off electronical impulses from your brain and your heart. When you do things over and over and over and over and over and over again, those electronical impulses are left behind. So when you die, those electronical impulses are repeating themselves over and over. And if you increase the electromagnetic field or the energy there, they build up that energy and they can manifest visually or physically to make things move or so forth and so on. So as far as them everything that we think is paranormal is demons, I wouldn't say that. I would say that about 50 to 75% of them could be demon based or demon connected. I will say that much, Cellcat. That's where my thoughts on it. I do believe that there are ghosts. I don't believe that everything we believe in ghosts are ghosts, that sometimes it is debunkable and nothing at all. I do believe that sometimes it is demons pretending to be ghosts. So you have to know everything to be able to know what you're getting into. And you have to be prepared for everything, because like Ouija boards, you fuck with a Ouija board, you done fucked up. That right there, Ouija board is straight all demon activity all day long. All day long. So it really depends on the picture in a whole, Cellcat. You have to have the whole picture. You can't have a puzzle if you're missing one piece of the puzzle, it's not complete. Sally House is about the same as Annabelle, honestly. Like the Annabelle thing from the Conjuring, mentioning because it's based on actual events. Based on actual events, yeah. There's a lot of things that are based on actual events. It was a Raggedy Ann doll that Annabelle was based on, and the Raggedy Ann doll was said to be paranormal. Ouija boards are fun to play with. Oh, hey, Ness, you go right ahead and play with your Ouija board. This guy right here is not going to touch one or go near one. Ever. Ever. Okay, that said, the Annabelle story, no, bad Ness. right? That's one way. If I'm ever visiting you Ness and Corey or Demon, if I'm ever visiting the two of y'all and y'all ever want me, and I'm wearing out my welcome and y'all want me to leave, break out a Ouija board and I'll vamoose quicker than you'll ever see a person move. There's no factual information about a demon possessing a non-living object, and if the objects of the house was getting paranormal vibes from decades, it would have to be a poltergeist. Poltergeists are claimed to be angsty teenagers with telekinetic powers now, so they're non-paranormal. Now, with the demon possession, demons can possess people. They, like you said, I don't believe they can possess objects. However, they can use those objects. They can connect to the object. Maybe not possess them, but connect themselves to it. Ghosts are attached to objects, where demons use objects. Like a ghost can attach itself to this, okay? But a demon can lift it up and be like, "Ooh, there's a ghost here. There's a ghost here. Try to communicate with it. Open the door for me to come through. Think this is a ghost moving it." They're not possessing the bottle. They're using the bottle to make you think they're possessing the bottle. It's a matter of understanding. They possess Zach Baggins all the time. They don't. Zach Baggins like to think they possess him. The only thing possessing him is his ego. That's what's possessing Zach. Ghosts can be attached to an object they have a connection to from the previous life. Exactly, Demon. Ding, 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 ding. Demon gets the prize. Demon gets the prize, everybody. Woo! Exactly, Demon. If I had some way to throw up celebrations and confetti blowing around, yes. Ghosts can attach. It's at Fallen. Oh, Fallen One. Oh, hey Retro, or hey Retro. Hey Fallen One. I didn't see you in there. How you doing? But yeah, ghosts can attach to an object. Demons use the object and make you think it's possessed. I officially passed Deaf Culture class. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Shit, guys, I didn't even think about this. I completely forgot. Give me just a second here, guys. Okay, so if everything goes correctly, my my closed captioning should be turned on. I don't know if it's working yet or not. Right now it's showing that it's not. but it may be. I'll have to recheck it. My browser may have crashed. I don't know, but I normally have a closed captioning up here. Okay, now it's working. Now it's working, guys. It is 100% working. There we go. So, Fallen One, Demon already knew this. I had it a while ago. I've been using it today. I forgot to use it because the heat kind of made me go a little loopy. But I have closed captioning somewhere on your screen. You're going to see a closed captioning thing pop up and say what I'm saying for those who are hard of hearing. So, you know, hey, thank you to all those who are hard hearing for giving me something to give back to you guys. Anyway, Dillo Baggins gets possessed by ghosts of Freddie Mercury sneaking up behind him all the time, right? Maybe that's something that he needs. Anyway, let's get back to the videos.
On this channel, I've talked about haunted houses, haunted hospitals, haunted schools, and pretty much every other haunted location. But this is the very first haunted pool. Over on the YouTube channel Poltergeist Oficial, the team is investigating an abandoned and allegedly haunted pool in a small town in Mexico. When the pool was open to the public, it is said that many visitors claimed to see a dark presence in and around the water. Eventually, as more and more sightings of this strange entity were reported, people just stopped going to the pool, fearing that the location was cursed by a demonic presence. After that, the pool was simply shut down. The building has been left abandoned for over 6 years. As the Poltergeist Oficial guys investigate, they soon begin to hear some very disturbing sounds.
No, mira el estabilizador. Se vuelve loco. No. ¿Qué onda, Daniel?
Eso es todo.
Uy. No, güey. Está canijo esto,
A mí me dijeron que te apareces aquí, que aquí caminas.
Ah, crap. Hang on, guys.
Cargando la luz, güey, otra vez. Gritaron. ¿Qué es? ¿Qué es eso? No sé. ¿No fue un balazo? No sé, pero escucho muy raro.
It almost sounds like something tapping or moving on the roof 30 feet above them. Now, it could simply be the building settling, but what happens next is a bit harder to explain. They close and lock the door to isolate any outside noise. Then, this happens.
Guíanos a donde estás.
No.
Se abrió sola.
No. La trabaste.
¿Viste que la había dejado cerrada?
La trabaste. Algo caminó. No. ¿Qué es eso, güey? Mira.
Algo caminó, se está moviendo. Se está moviendo la lámpara.
No.
The Poltergeist Oficial team catches a few other odd sounds and noises, but nothing very compelling. However, once they posted their video to YouTube, their viewers noticed something that they had missed. Something downright chilling.
No manches. Algo se movió allá. Alumbra. Alumbra, güey. Yo vi que algo corrió. ¿Ya viste? ¿Qué es eso? Abajo. Entre la puerta. ver, cierra eso. Vamos a cerrar eso.
Did you see it? As the camera pans by, a dark, sinister shape appears against the back wall of the building. But just a few seconds later, when the camera pans back, the shadow figure has disappeared. So, did Poltergeist Oficial catch a shadow figure on camera without even noticing?
Hold on, I'm going right back, guys. I'm going right back to it. Hang on, bear with me for a second. I got to get right back to that spot.
Weird. So.
Okay, now, looking at that, okay, they want to claim the shadow. If you look really good at the shadow, even though they're circling a certain area, you notice the whole shadow actually goes all the way down to the bottom of the pool, where the even past the circle. If you notice that the shadow that says it's one of their shadows, exactly, it's one of their shadows. Reason why I say that, if you look at it really good, you can see the elbows of it, as well as the fact that it comes all the way down. It'll trace all the way to their feet.
Did Poltergeist Oficial catch a shadow figure on camera without even noticing? Let me know what you think. As always, thanks for watching. Please follow me on Twitter at NukeStop5.
He's shining the light from behind. Exactly, Demon. Exactly. Give me a second, because I'm going to go and load up the next clips. Okay, now. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this the video ghost debunking thing right now. I'm glad y'all are learning a lot, and you're learning from some of the stuff that I've talked about, or other people have mentioned in here on how to detect different things. So hopefully y'all are enjoying this. Real quick before we move forward, I've got some more information that I'm going to give you guys to educate you, and then we're going to go back into the videos again. I've got a lot more videos to go through. Now, we've already talked about the tips for photography. Some of the other things that I want to talk about is we talk about it's been good so far, all jokes aside. Thank you. Hey, I want to have it as funny and relaxed, but as serious, both. I want to keep it light and serious at the same time. So I'm glad y'all are enjoying this. Now, EVP, electronic voice phenomena. There's a lot more to it than just capturing a disembodied voice. There's different classes of EVP that I want to go over with you guys real quick. Now, going from the very first one, you got a Class A EVP. A Class A EVP. In a Class A EVP, the voice is very distinct and clear. In order to clarify as a Class A EVP, everyone who listens to the recording is able to understand exactly what the voice is saying. This type of EVP is the most rare and difficult to capture. I actually enjoy getting EVP. So do I, Monkey. So do I. So the Class A EVP is the piece de resistance, the Heisman Trophy of all EVPs. This is the Oscar of EVP that every ghost hunter wants. This is the undeniable. You know you've got a ghost. No way to debunk it. This has to be bona fide ghost EVP. Okay, that's a Class A. The one I sent you is a Class A then. Yes. Now, Class B EVP. In a Class B EVP, if a Class B are captured more frequently than Class A's. Most people can hear the Class B EVP, although there is often some disagreement about what is being said. Get some on YouTube, right? Got some on YouTube. Okay, got some on YouTube. Got you. With the Class B, majority of most people hear the same thing and can clearly hear what's being said, but some people can't. So if there's slight debate, but yet it's fairly clear, that would be a Class B. 90% of all recordings on Ghost Adventures are claimed to be Class A. Right, exactly, Sailcat. And as we've already debunked, you weren't here for this stream, but I had a stream where we literally blew ghost adventurers out the water and show them to be fake. They do their show and then they go back and record everything afterwards and add it in afterwards, or have somebody off camera doing it. So most of theirs are always going to be Class A. Now, we're going to go into Class C EVP. Make sure you get Indians right. 5 hours later. Class C EVP are in this type of EVP is usually the most commonly captured EVP. The voice is often heard in a very faint tone or even a whisper. Class C EVPs can also be captured underneath a lot of background noise, which makes it difficult to distinguish with what is being said. Sometimes these EVPs are completely unintelligible, but you know something is there. Other times these EVPs can be cleaned up and through filtering and amplification to make them more audible. I'll go send it now. Maybe he'll play it. Hey, there we go. Send it now, and I'll play it on next Monday's stream for sure, Monkey. Whatever you send me, I will set it up for next Monday's stream, 100%. Now, finally, we got we're gonna go from C, and we're gonna jump. Well, if I can find my damn cursor, we're gonna jump from a Class C all the way to what's called a Class R EVP. Now, why are we going to an R instead of a D? That I don't know, but hey, Class R's. Some investigators will use a R class classification. This signifies that the EVP is meaningful only when played in reverse. So you have to play it in reverse to understand it. That's a Class R. Everything is reversed. Now, theories behind ghost voices on tape. There are a number of theories as to how investigators may capture these EVPs. There is psychokinesis. Psychokinesis, also called telekinesis, is the affecting of physical matter by using the power of the mind. Some parapsychologists believe that when a ghost voice is captured on a recording medium, it is done psychokinetically. This is done on the belief that ghosts are pure consciousness and therefore have no vocal cords to affect sound waves. In order for ghost voice to be heard, it must be psychokinetically manipulate the physical recording medium. So that's one theory of the voice catching it. Here's my issue with haunted places: why no investigating mass graves from the most horrible events in world history. These people were physically and mentally tortured, then killed in gruesome manners. These should be haunting hotspots. Yes, they should. And believe it or not, Demon, that you bring that up. Okay, hopefully Monk is here. I don't know if he's ventured off somewhere else or not. But for those of you who know, I live in North Carolina. Okay, I'm not from North Carolina. I was born in Colorado Springs, Colorado. But I've lived in North Carolina since I was... okay, so there we go. Monk is here, guys. For those of you who don't know, North Carolina, the area that we live in, is a major Civil War battleground. We had what was called the Battle of South Mills, okay? The Battle of South Mills was a major Civil War battle. That, along with another major Civil War battle in my local town that I won't give you the name of my town for safety reasons, but it was called Culpeper's Rebellion. Okay, on Culpeper's Rebellion, it was a major Civil War fought in my local town. Okay, major. I will go ahead and tell you that in both those places, I have done investigations in them. I've gotten good old ironclads. Right, there we go. Now, get this, guys. I have EVPs, which I will pull up for you guys. And it's not electronic voice phenomena. It is sound. I've never been to old trenches or war grave sites. It's so eerie. Or you've been to them? Yeah. It is very eerie, especially at night. I've captured the sound, and these are distinct sounds that there's nothing that can sound like what I'm about to tell you guys. Heck, Citadel Hill is creepy. Yeah, Demon has been telling me about that. So I know where you lives. Hush, Demon, hush, hush. You know where I live because I've sent you letters. I would like to go to Gettysburg. Gettysburg is another place. Yorktown Battlefield is good. I go to the Lost Colony and a lot of the Virginia battlegrounds all the time for doing ghost hunts, and I plan to do some here in the future. But where I live, we've gotten sounds that are so distinct. There is no way to duplicate this specific sound. You literally, when you hear these sounds, you know that this sound is what it is. But I've got EVPs of flintlocks being locked and loaded, ready to shoot. Okay? Now, Appomattox would be a good too. Yeah, exactly. But flintlocks have a distinct sound that cannot be duplicated. To duplicate it, a sound effects person doing Foley actually has to get a flintlock and do a flintlock, use an actual flintlock at the microphone to replicate a flintlock. So when you hear a flintlock through Foley, it's a flintlock being replicated as a flintlock. Do a fucking live stream of metal detecting war trinkets. I'll have to get me a metal detector, and I'll do it. You live in a hot spot for that stuff. Yes, I do, and I will try to get my hands on a metal detector, and I'll do a EVP. Or do an EVP. I'll do a live ghost hunting stream in some of the Civil War areas of my town with a metal detector as well. So that's a definite, Demon. That is a definite. But yes, I have EVPs of flintlocks going off at 3 in the morning, people. 3 in the morning, flintlocks going off. Under an undistinguishable sound that you cannot replicate being replicated. Okay, with nothing around. You're in an open field with nobody around, acres upon acres upon acres. To get the sound of a flintlock so close to the microphone, you know, sorry if I hurt your ears, I'm sorry, but so close to the microphone that it's undeniable, unmistakable flintlock sounds captured. Okay, so yeah, I'll have to play those for you one day. I watch a guy named Aqua Chigger on YouTube, and he metal detects Civil War stuff. It's so cool what he finds. Nice. I'll definitely do that. We have a local guy here who used to be my U.S. history teacher, Alex Leary. He is a master when it comes to knowing everything there is to know about the Civil War and our local area. When I do my paranormal investigation, I'll bring him with me to give a history of the areas that we do as well, just for an expert on the area that we're doing. Some of the stuff Hell Monkey will send came from... Okay, cool. Like I said, I'll put together some of this stuff for you guys next Monday, what Monkey and Big Tom give me, and some of the stuff that I have, so y'all can hear some of those. Getting back to the different types of ways that you get your EVPs, we've got what are called projection. Now, in this theory, it is believed that investigators, not the ghost, investigators, is making the recording. Once again, psychokinesis plays a role. However, in this case, it is the investigator's desire to get response that causes the voice to be imprinted on the tape. What I mean by this, guys, is we've already seen the debunking of this. I showed you this before. Some people go into an investigating wanting to find stuff. They're going in expecting to find stuff. So when they capture what they think is an EVP, they're so intent on it being something, their brain hears patterns, audio patterns, pattern recognition, pareidolia. They'll have that pareidolia. I can't pronounce it now. I was able to pronounce it before, but pareidolia, the pattern recognition. They hear what they want to hear. They project what they want to hear in that sound, making it sound like what they think they're hearing and what they want to hear. So they're projecting into it. So it's not really an actual EVP, but what they're expecting to hear. Pareidolia. There we go. Pareidolia. pareidolia. It's a muffled echo back from the speaking is an empty area. Exactly. Don't have version that wasn't rough through Audacity. Okay, cool. Now this goes into something that I was explaining with Kat. Is residual energy. In this theory, it is believed that all the past is stored as residual energy in a location where a voice is captured on tape. It is merely the releasing of said stored energy. Residual energy can produce EVP. Residual audio imprint is what it's called. Residual audio imprinting. Residual energy can produce residual audio imprinting, which is a form of EVP. Now, we're going to go into something that Onyx Demon was talking about, which is electronic interference. Okay, electronic interference. This theory covers a lot of ground. For instance, what is captured as an EVP could be in audio sound waves from a walkie-talkie or a cell phone, or it could be radio transmissions coming through the atmosphere and making their way into the investigator's recorder. Now, is this EVP? Yeah, it's electronic voice phenomena, but it's an explainable EVP. It is any radio broadcast that's recorded on there is EVP. It is just not paranormal. Okay? It is explainable as being radio waves, radio transmissions, cell phones, walkie-talkies, whatever, to which is powerful enough can distort pictures. Yes, if the radio waves can be recorded or affect the recorder, old field cameras the same can be affected just the same. It's the same as taking. Good way to prove your side, Demon. Go get yourselves, anybody here watching the stream, go find yourselves an old school 1990s, 1980s, or 1970s color television, okay? It's got to be an old school color tube TV. Take a magnet, pretend this is a magnet, okay? Take a magnet to an old school tube TV and watch what happens to that TV. The electromagnetic radiation coming from the magnet is affecting the tube TV, the picture of the tube TV. The same as electromagnetic radiation can affect 35mm film. That is why you cannot trust 35mm film in any paranormal investigation. New digital cameras, yes, because they cannot be affected by the electromagnetic field. Now, I will say this. Old school black and white cameras from the 60s and the 50s, going back to tintype cameras, cannot be affected by radio waves. I'll say that. They cannot be affected by the electromagnetic waves, okay? But only in old school black and white photography, color photography, 35mm, can be affected because it uses magnetic properties that affect the film sensitivity of the light. The light sensitivity, the light is affecting the photo film, which uses magnetic bits to adhere to the negative, to create the negative. As such, you'll get slight distortions of the light that bending onto the magnetic particles of the negative. Because once you develop the negative, you're washing away that magnetic properties. Okay, the photosensitive magnetic properties get washed away, leaving behind the negative that was affected and not affected by the light. Because those old school black and white use a different magnetism. Exactly. And this comes from somebody who is a professional photographer and has done old school 35mm and film developing of negatives and the actual film. You'll have an emotion on the negative. You'll have an emotion on the film. Okay, the same as with when you do screen printing. You have a photosensitive emotion on the negative. Okay, that when light hits it, it affects certain magnetic properties, emotion on that emotion, and when you go to develop it, what was affected is there and what wasn't affected. Thus, any electromagnetic field can alter 35mm film, depending, as long as it's super. The stronger it is, the more it affects it. Put it that way. The stronger the field, the more it affects it. I'm a sucker for horror and possession shit, though. Hey, most of us are. That's why most of us wouldn't be here. Now, with that said, we're gonna go into some other videos. I got some really good ones for you to look at. This next one, guys, is gonna be really hard. I tried to find this one because this one's gonna be hard for y'all to debunk. It's gonna really trick you. Okay, I will tell you how it's done, but this one's really gonna fuck with you guys. So let's go ahead and switch over and watch it. It almost got me.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some chilling video clips that really do need explaining. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content just like this.
Every once in a while, a piece of security camera footage of alleged ghosts caught on camera appears online that stumps enthusiasts and skeptics alike. In this instance, the footage in question is from a North Carolina high school. Captured in the halls of Ashfield High School, the short clip, uploaded to YouTube by user Jason Highfield, displays a black wisp moving through the air. Despite its short length, the clip has garnered a massive amount of attention. If you slow the footage down and zoom in, there is indeed a black entity of some kind floating through the hall. For one thing, the security...
Okay, so now that y'all seen that, I'm going to come back to the screen real quick, and we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to go back. Let me find my damn cursor, motherfucker. There we go. It is fake. It is fake. It almost had me. It almost had me, Demon. It almost had me, and I'll explain why in a minute. How many of you can figure out how it is fake? Close, tier. Close. Very, very close. Very close. And I'll explain why. Because this is the broad daylight. This is broad daylight now. Looks like a bug or a clumpy web. Y'all still you're getting close. It is something winged. It is winged. It is winged. But it's not a moth. Anyone else want to take a stab at it? And I'll go back and replay it for you to see. Probably some ancient insulation falling. No, it's not even that. Not even that. It's got wings. It has wings. Okay. Hell Monkey. Let's see. So it looks like looks like I don't have good copies. Okay. It's all good. It's all good, Monkey. It's all good. It's not a fly either. Monkey, did you watch the video? Have you seen the video that I just played? See it one more time. Okay, let me go back real quick and I'll rewind it and start it over. That way Monkey can see it. I'm going to see if anybody can guess what it is.
A North Carolina high school. Captured in the halls of Ashfield High School, the short clip, uploaded to YouTube by user Jason Highfield, displays a black wisp moving through the air. Despite its short length, the clip has garnered a massive amount of attention. If you slow the footage down and zoom in, there is indeed a black entity of some kind floating through the...
So, Sailcat is the closest of anybody. Now, it's broad daylight, so it's not a bat. It is a bird. It's a bird. If you watch okay, you got the three doors. You got the blue door, the red door, and the arched door, okay? If you watch the door number 1, the blue door on the left, you will see that the shadow flies in from the bottom of that door and flies inside and up. It is a bird, possibly a sparrow, flying in from the door and flying up. Watch it again. We'll go back to it again so you can see it.
To YouTube by user Jason Highfield, displays a
flies
black
in the door
wisp
and up.
moving through the air.
Into the door and up. Into the door and up.
Despite its short length, the clip has garnered a massive amount of attention.
It's too big to be a hummingbird.
If you slow the footage down and zoom in, there is indeed a black entity of some kind floating through the hall.
And it could be a crow. It could be a crow. Whatever the bird is, it's the size of a softball. It's got to be around the size of a softball. Because you got to pay attention to the shadow on the floor of the door. Let me go back a little bit again and watch the shadow on the door. For it to produce the size of the shadow on the floor, it has to be bigger than a hummingbird. We're going back one more time. Crap, wrong thing.
High School, the short clip uploaded to YouTube by user Jason Highfield displays a black wisp moving through the air.
It could be a pigeon. See the shadow
Despite
where it goes
its
right
short
at the
length,
bottom of the
clip
door.
has garnered a massive amount of attention. If you slow the footage down and zoom in, there is indeed a black entity of some kind floating through the hall.
Whatever it is, it's a white or yellow
For one thing,
color.
the security camera in question is motion activated.
Let me go back
meaning
one more
the
time.
wisp
Crap. Damn ads. Fuck, why did it do that? Hang on, guys. That is not what I wanted.
captured by the camera seems to have had an actual physical presence. YouTube by user Jason Highfield displays a...
Now, I'm going to try to get it back to the right spot. Go back a little bit more. Look at the wingspan. Like I said, it's got to be a crow, because if you watch, like I said, if you watch the shadow
question is from
on
a
the
North
floor
Carolina
of the
high
door.
School. Captured in the halls of Ashfield High School, the short clip uploaded to YouTube by user Jason Highfield displays a black wisp moving through the air.
It's not near the. It's not
Despite
right up
its
on
short
the.
length.
See, those who are thinking that it's a click the cog and slow it down. I don't know how to click the cog and slow it down, because this is YouTube. But if you pay attention, it's not close to the camera. It's fairly far away from the camera, bottom right corner. I don't have a slow setting. Oh, wait, right there. Okay, got you. Got you.
Of Ashfield High School, the short...
Oh, that's too fast. Hang on. Okay, here we go, guys.
Clip uploaded to YouTube by user Jason Highfield displays a black wisp moving through the air.
See, okay, let me see if I can get it back to that spot real quick. Watch the door.
Jason Highfield display.
Let me see if I can slow it down just a little bit more.
The short clip uploaded to YouTube by user Jason Highfield display.
Yeah, I can't catch it just right. Imagine the school camera is on all the time. Why go through this random recording? What were they looking for? Exactly. It's just a random occurrence. It's a motion sensor camera. A bird flies in from the door at the bottom, probably a crow or something the size of a crow, and it's around the middle, far away from the camera. So it appears to be tiny, close to the camera, but it's actually far away and fairly large, about the size of a crow, like Demon was saying. So anyway, let me go back to the main camera, guys. But nice catch on that, guys. Y'all, most of y'all caught that. They may have gotten a motion alert. They probably did. But I'm very proud of you guys, because y'all knew it wasn't a ghost. Y'all all went from moths to birds to spiders and flies, and you were calling out insects and birds and whatever. Y'all were able to call it. So you guys are freaking awesome to be able to call that out and know that it was not paranormal. So knowing that, when I go to do my live ghost hunting streams very soon, y'all are gonna be primed and ready to be able to catch things as it's going on, and then when I do the review stream, y'all are going to be able to catch things that I might not have been able to catch, and that's what I'm hoping, is for y'all to catch things I did not catch. Would Retro, would a spirit ever move like that? I don't know. It's hard to say. Some can move fast, but erratically, no. That speed, yes. The erratic movement, no. Tommy caught herpes. Okay. Now, like the Onyx Demon, yes. They can move that speed, but they cannot move in that all over erratic pattern. A ghost won't blip all over the place like that. Now, they will zip across, they will zip up, you know, they'll have fast movement, but they won't be erratic movement. So if you see erratic movement, more often than not, it's a bug or a bird or something to that effect, because that'll explain the erratic, irregular pattern. It says if the ghost is stuck within the school, meaning she or he either passed there, something is forcing them to be stuck there. Okay, so that does make, if the ghost is frantic, that would slightly make an explanation, Demon. So I will bow to your assessment on that. I will bow to that. That makes logical sense. So I bow to that. That makes logical sense. So, yep. I'm kidding. He don't have the herpes. I know he doesn't. I know he doesn't. So anyway, guys, it is that time, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me here while I pull up and see who's streaming. Now, as always, I love to make somebody's day with streaming, so please, guys, everyone stay here for, let me do my raid. Stay for 5 minutes after the raid. If you don't like who I raid, you're welcome to leave with no issues, but let's make someone's day for 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes is all I'm asking. This says, are there times when a spirit is trapped somewhere like they didn't die? Yes, a lot of ghosts like that. Okay, a lot of ghosts are said to be stuck here. They don't know how to transition. Exactly. Demon caught that one for you right there. Who can we raid? If any of y'all got somebody that needs the raid, let me know while I'm sifting through here, because I think I found somebody. Yep, I've got somebody I'm going to raid, guys. I've got somebody I'm going to raid. Okay, as always, hashtag raid, hashtag retroactive. Let's show some stream love and make it somebody's day for just a brief moment. Thank you all for being here. I love each and every one of you. Yeah, yes, say they murder a weapon or something sentinel, the spirit can latch on. Exactly. See you next time. Thank you, Stillcat. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I found the original Osage Indians. Okay, let's get this going here. Okay, guys, love each and every one of you. Let's do this. Hashtag raid, hashtag retroactive. Thank you, Baz.